Hello, the maths homework for this week is going to be based on solving equations. Now, I'm going to do an example with you and then I'll have you to do an example and you can pause the video. But first of all, the example that I'm going to be doing with you is based on solve the equation 7x minus 4 equals 31. Now, what we need to do, the whole purpose of this is getting the x on its own. So we must remember we need to be using the inverse operation. So in order to use the inverse operation, let's just go through a few examples of inverse operation. So if I said to you, what is the inverse of addition? The inverse operation is subtraction. If I said, what is the inverse of subtraction? The inverse of subtraction is addition. Likewise, if I said, what is the inverse operation of multiplication? The inverse operation is division. And again, what is the inverse operation of division? And the inverse operation of division is multiplication. So we need to know these things before we start this work. The question says 7x minus 4 equals 31. The first thing we need to do is we need to look back at our inverse operation. Now, we want to leave the x's on one side, on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we want to leave the numbers. So what we want to do up here is get rid of this minus 4, and we need to know what the inverse operation of minus 4 is, and hopefully we should know the inverse operation is a positive 4. So you do positive 4 on one side, and remember, whatever you do on one side you must do on the other side. So it's going to be positive 4 on the other side. So what we can now do is start the new line, and we can start off with 7x minus 4, and a positive 4 cancels out, and that 31 plus 4 equals 35. What we've got now, we need to understand 7x basically means 7 times x. It's a little invisible x there. So the inverse operation of times is divide, so we're going to divide this by 7, and we're also going to divide this side by 7. 7 divided by 7 cancels out, so we're left with the x up here, and 35 divided by 7 is 5 up there. So our answer is x equals 5. Now what you can do is you can get the 5 and substitute it back into the question. So in other words, 7 times 5 minus 4 equals 31. So 7 times 5 is 31, take away 4, sorry, 7 times 5 is 35, take away 4 is 31. And what I want you to do now is I want you to attempt this question and pause the video. What you should have done is a positive 3 on both sides. So you've got 5x, and this cancels out, equals 30, divided by 5 on both sides, x equals 6. Right, for your homework, you've got 2 questions to answer. What I want you to do is answer the questions, take a video and put it onto class charts. Thank you for watching.